Hello everyone. Today in this class we are going to discuss about class 11 geography, that is book 2, and the name of the book is called India Physical Environment, chapter number 3, that is Drainage System part 1. First thing in this chapter we need to know is the meaning of drainage. What is meant by drainage? So drainage is a flow of water. So here the water is flowing downwards because of gravitational force and the nature of relief feature. So drainage is a flow of water through a well-defined channel. So this is the channel where river water flowing downwards. So this is called drainage. So in Tibetan we can say chundo, that is called drainage. What is next? We need to know the meaning of drainage system or river system. So drainage system or river system means same. So drainage system means it is the network of channels through which river waters flow. So here we have a river Ganga. So here river Ganga, we have river Ganga, and this particular river Ganga is joined by many tributaries. So these particular tributaries and river Ganga, it will give a connectivity or a channel or a network. So this is called drainage system or river system. So river system or drainage system, in simple word we can say a particular river and its tributaries are connected to one another, and it will give us a connectivity or a network. So that particular network or connectivity of a particular big river and its tributaries are called as river system or the drainage system of a particular river or its river system. Water divide. What is meant by water divide? Water divide means any elevated. So elevated means it may be a mountain or a upland which is higher than a particular area, higher than a particular area. So this particular upland or a mountain or a elevated land, it will separate or divide two drainage systems. So if we look at the diagram here, we have two river systems or drainage system 1 and drainage system 2. So these two drainage systems are divided by a particular mountain or a upland. So this division is made by a mountain or a upland. So this particular mountain or a upland divides the two separate water system or the river system. It is called drainage system. So if during rainy season in India, we can say during monsoon season, if rain falls, so rainfall, if the rain falls means all this rain falling on in this region, it will go to this river system, not to this river system. So that means this particular upland or a mountain, it acts as a it is dividing the two river systems or drainage systems. So this particular upland or any elevated land or a mountain that divides two river system or a drainage system, it is called as a water divide. So next one is we are going to learn about the classification of drainage system or river systems in India. The Indian drainage system can be divided in on various bases. So in India, the river systems are classified on different bases. So the first classification of river system in India are based on discharge of water in the sea, or we can say orientation to the sea. So based on the discharge of water in India, the river systems in India are divided into two: the Bay of Bengal drainage system and the Arabian Sea drainage system. So here we have a water divide. This particular dark line indicate the water divide. So this particular water divide. So water divide means we know that, right? It may be any elevated land or upland or a mountain. That particular upland or any elevated land, if that particular elevated land divide two water system, it is called water divide. So here this particular dark line shows it is a water divide. So it may be a mountain or a ridge or any hill. So this particular black line shows a water divide in India. So this particular dark line divides the water flowing towards the Bay of Bengal and river water flowing to the Arabian Sea. So based on the discharge of water, the river systems in India are divided into two. Those rivers such as River Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, these rivers waters are discharging in the Bay of Bengal. So these rivers are called Bay of Bengal drainage system, such as Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi and Kaveri rivers. All these belongs to Bay of Bengal drainage system. And on the other hand, rivers such as Indus, Tapi, Narmada, all these river water are discharging in the Arabian Sea. So all these rivers are called as the Arabian Sea river system. So based on the discharge of water or the orientation to the sea, the river systems of India are divided into two: the Bay of Bengal drainage system and the Arabian drainage system. These two drainage systems are separated from each other. So we know that the drainage system in India based on orientation to the sea or based on discharge of water, the river system in India are divided into two. So these two drainage systems division based on discharge of water to the sea are separated from one another by a water divide. So this particular here, the particular red line is a water divide. So we know that water divide is any upland or upland such as any elevated land such as upland or a mountain or a hills that divides two water system or river system. So separate from each other by a river water divide. So water divide which runs through the Delhi Ridge. Delhi Ridge is a upland in Delhi. It is an extension of Aravalli range in Delhi, Aravalli in Rajasthan, Vindhya range, Satpura range and Western Ghat. So these particular red line is a hill or a ridge or a mountains. These particular mountains or hills or ridge are upland or elevated land. These elevated land or upland, they divide the water system into two: the Bay of Bengal water system and the Arabian Sea water system. Next one is in India, nearly 77% of drainage area consisting of rivers such as River Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, rivers such as Ganga, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Krishna, all these rivers, they are oriented or discharging their river water in Bay of Bengal. So these rivers, so in India, out of 177 percentage of drainage area in India consisting of discharging their water in Bay of Bengal Sea. Remaining 23 percentage oriented to the Bay of Bengal, while 23 percentage comprising the rivers such as the river Indus, Narmada and Tapi river. These river water are discharging to the Bay of Bengal Sea. So based on the discharge of water or orientation sea, based on these, the river system in India are divided into two. Those which river water are discharging in Arabian Sea are called Arabian Sea river system, and those river water which are discharging in the Bay of Bengal Arabian Sea are called Arabian Sea river system. So based on discharge of water, the water river system in India are divided into two: the Bay of Bengal river system and the Arabian Sea river system. So the next classification, so the second classification of water system in India are based on the size of watershed or based on size of drainage basin or catchment area. So based on size of watershed or a drainage basin or a catchment area, the river system in India are further divided into three: major river basin, medium river basin and minor river basin. So basin means we all have this type of basin in our bathrooms and in our kitchens. So these are called wash basins. So if we wash our hand, the tap water will splashes all over in this basin, and finally these all splashed water will go inside a common channel or drainage. So this is a one drainage basin or a watershed. So this water will go inside this basin, not to this basin. So this is one watershed or a drainage basin or a catchment area. If you look at the second image, this water basin is much bigger as compared to these water basins. Here we have three tap waters, here only one tap waters. So this particular area is much bigger as compared to this wash basin. So here the water basin is much bigger, and amount of water is also more in this region, because here we have three taps. Likewise, in river systems, based on size of watershed, so in the river system, this is one watershed. Watershed means during rainy season, if rain falls, means all these particular raindrops, it will join to a small tributary. This small tributary again join to another bigger tributary. Again, it will join to a bigger tributary. So that means these all areas rainfall, it will go to a common water body or a river system. So that is one watershed or a drainage basin or a catchment area. So based on this size of this watershed, the river system in India are divided into three: the major river basin or watershed or catchment area, minor or medium river basin or watershed or a catchment area, or minor river basin or drainage basin or watershed or a catchment area. So based on that, the river systems are divided into three. First one is major river basin. River basin with more than 20,000 square kilometers. So this is 1 square kilometer. 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, total 1 square kilometer. So those rivers which have more than 20,000 square kilometer. So these river basins or catchment areas are called major river basin. So those river basin or watershed in India which it has more than 20,000 square kilometer, these river basins or watersheds are called to be as a major river basin. So there in India, there are 14 major river basins, drainage basins, such as River Ganga, this drainage basin. So in this Ganga blue area, we have more than 20,000 square kilometer. This type of square kilometer, we have more than 20,000. Because of that, it is included in a major river basin. Rivers such as River Indus, Brahmaputra, River Krishna, Tapi, Narmada, and Mahanadi river. All these rivers, they belong to major river basin, because in these river basin we have more than 20,000 square kilometer. If we calculate the total area of drainage basin in these river systems. Next one is medium river basin. River basin with catchment area or river basin or watershed area between square kilometer between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer. So those river system in India which has between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer, these rivers are categorized as medium river basin. So in India, we have 44 river basins, such as River Kalindi, the River Periyar, and River Meghna. All these rivers are categorized as medium river basin, because all these river, the catchment area or the river basin total area is in between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer. Third one is minor river basins. So those river basin which has a catchment area of less than 2,000 square kilometers included. So in India, it included good number of river flowing in this area of mostly these river are from low rainfall regions. So based on the size of watershed, the river systems in India are further divided into three major river basin. That means more than 20,000 square kilometer river basin which have catchment area of more than 20,000 square kilometer. They are categorized as major river basin. Medium river basin means those river basin which has the total area of catchment area of between 2,000 to 20,000 square kilometer. These river basins are categorized as medium river basin. And minor river basin which has catchment area of less than 2,000. square kilometer. So they are categorized under minor river basins. So this is the second classification of river systems in India based on size of watershed or a river basin or catchment area. So the third classification of river system in India are based on the nature or the based on the origin of the river, sources of the river or the origin of river, or the based on the nature and the characteristic. So based on the origin of rivers in India, the river system in India are divided into two: the Himalayan drainage system or river system. We have in Himalayan drainage system we have three main river systems. So we know what is meant by river. We can so here we are able to distinguish between a river system and a river. So if we talk about Himalayan, we have three main river systems: Indus river system, Ganga river system, Brahmaputra river system. So these are the three major river systems of Himalayan region, Himalayan drainage system. And the second classification is the peninsula drainage system. So in peninsula we have good number of drainage systems in peninsula. So this is the third classification of river system in India. So that is based on the origin of the river. So based on the origin, we have two main base classifications. They are the Himalayan drainage system and the peninsula drainage system. So the first thing is we are going to learn about the Himalayan drainage system. So the Himalayan drainage systems. So Himalayan river systems are the perennial rivers. So perennial rivers means those rivers which are flowing throughout the year. They are not like a seasonal river. The seasonal river means those rivers which are flowing only during the rainy season. So most of the Himalayan river systems are, or rivers and the river systems are perennial in nature, and these rivers are originated from the Himalayan mountains. So those rivers which are originated from Himalayan mountains, such as river Ganga, the river Indus, and the river Brahmaputra. So all these three river systems are originated: river Indus and its tributaries, river Indus system, river Ganga and its tributaries, Ganga system, river system, river Brahmaputra and river its tributary is called Ganga Brahmaputra river system. So all these three river systems are originated from Himalayan mountains. Because of that, these rivers are called known as Himalayan river system, and these rivers are perennial in nature. These rivers are flowing throughout the year because of why means the sources of these rivers are mostly melting of the snows. Because of that, these rivers are perennial in nature, and the main second sources of river waters to this river systems are first one is because of melting of snow, and the second one is rainfall. So these are the two main sources of Himalayan river systems. So the next river system is that we are going to Himalayan river system that we are going to learn is about the inter river system. So Indus in Tibetan we can say Sengi Kapap. The Indus River rises in Tibet. So the main source, the origin of river Indus is from Tibet, in Tibet. So this particular Indus River, sources of Indus River is near Mansarovar Lake. So Mansarovar Lake in Tibetan we can say Mapam Yonso, Mansarovar Lake. So from Mansarovar it flows towards the west. So from Mansarovar it flows towards the west, and it enters in India, UT Union Territory Ladakh, and after that it enters in Union Territories of Jammu and Kashmir. After that it flows westward and it enters in Pakistan. So the important tributaries such as the Satluj, the Bias, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum joins together. So these are some of the important tributaries of river Indus. So they join together and enters India. So this particular five important tributaries such as Satluj, Bias, Ravi, Chenab and Jhelum joins in India in river Indus in a particular place. Name of the place is called Mithankot in Pakistan. So these particular five rivers join together. Because of that, at that point they are known as Panchnath. Panch means five, Nath means Nadi. That Nadi means river. Because of river Indus is joined by other five tributaries. Because of that, in Mithankot it is called as Panchnath because of five tributaries joined to river Indus. Beyond this, the river enters flow. So at Mithankot, the river enters is joined by another 5 major tributaries, and after that it flows southwards. Uh, so after that, beyond that, the river enters flows southward. It flows southward and discharge its river water in Arabian Sea. So finally, the origin is from west of Mount Kailash, and it goes westward, enters in the Indian state of Indian Union Territory Ladakh, and then to Jammu and Kashmir. After that, it enters in Pakistan, and this particular river is joined by another 5 tributaries from Himalayan from Indian side, and it is called to be as Panchnath. After that, it flows southwards, and finally it discharges its river water in Arabian Sea east. So here we have Karachi, a big city in Pakistan. So it discharges its river water in east, west of Karachi. Here we have Karachi, and it discharges west of Karachi. Sorry, east of Karachi. With the total length of this particular river is about 2,900 kilometer. So the river Indus is one of the longest river in the world, because it has total length of 2,900 kilometer. So the total length from Mansarovar till Arabian Sea, we have total length is 2,900. Next river system that we are going to learn is river Ganga river system. The headwater of the Ganga is called Bhagirathi. So this is Bhagirathi. Headwater of the river Ganga is called Bhagirathi. Headwater of Bhagirathi. It is fed by Gangotri glacier, Gangotri snows and glaciers, fed by Gangotri glacier and joined by Alaknanda. So at Devapurang. So here we have a place in Uttarakhand. So the name of the place is called Devapurang. So at Devapurang, Bhagirathi is joined by Alaknanda at Devapurang. So at this place, so Bhagirathi and Devapurang is in Arunachal Pradesh. So thereafter, after that, it is in given name. It is called as River Ganga. So headwater of River Ganga is called Bhagirathi. Bhagirathi is joined by Alaknanda, and after that it is called River Ganga. At Haridwar, so Haridwar is a important city in Uttarakhand. At Haridwar, the Ganga emerges from mountainous. So here we have Himalayan mountains, and after that, from Haridwar it goes toward the plain area. So at Haridwar, it emerged from the mountain onto the plain area, and it is started entering to the plain areas of India, northern plains of India. The Ganga river system. The Ganga is joined by many tributaries from Himalaya. So Himalayan tributaries. So this is river Ganga. So Himalayan tributaries such as river Yamuna. Yamuna originated from Himalayan mountains. River Ghagra, Gadak, and Kosi. So these are some of the important tributaries of river Ganga, which are originated from Himalayan mountains. The main tributaries which comes from peninsula upland, such as or central highland tributaries which are originated tributaries of river Ganga, which are originated from central highland or the peninsula upland rivers such as Chambal, Petawa, and Son. So these are some of 3 important tributaries of river Ganga, which are originated from central highland, or we can say peninsula upland. So these are some of the important tributaries from Himalayan side to river Ganga, and from central highland side to river Ganga. So these are some of the important or the well-known tributaries to river Ganga. So river Ganga is enlarged with river. So the volume of water. So if we compare with the volume of water here to here, means volume of water is much more in these regions, because river Ganga is joined by many tributaries. So enlarged with water from its right. This is right and this is left bank tributaries. So this particular river volume of river Ganga is enlarged or increased because of tributaries join from right side as well as left side. Banks tributaries. The Ganga flow toward eastward. So river Ganga flows toward the east till Faraka Barrage. So Faraka is named place in Bay of Bengal, West Bengal. Sorry, West Bengal. Faraka is a place. So uh, till Faraka, river Ganga flows eastward, and after Faraka it flows southwards. So the river bifurcate here. So at Faraka, the river Ganga bifurcate into two distributaries. They are Bhagirathi, which flows in Bangladesh, and this one, river Hooghly, which flows in West Bengal. So these are the two distributaries of river Ganga. So these bifurcates started at Farake Barrage. So flows, after that it flows southwards, and finally it's discharged in river water in where means Bay of Bengal. So the total length of river Ganga is 2525 kilometers. So this is the total length of river Ganga from here to here. So the third river system based on the origin, the Himalayan river system we are going to discuss in this class is about the Brahmaputra river system. So river Brahmaputra rises in Tibet. So this here we have a Mansarovar Lake, Mapam Yunzo. So river Brahmaputra rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar. So here we have Mansarovar Lake, west of river Indus originated from west of Mansarovar, and river Brahmaputra originated from east of Mansarovar Lake. So this cycle one is Mansarovar Lake. Mansarovar Lake, very close to the source of river Indus and Satluj. It flows eastward. So river, this one, Brahmaputra flows eastward parallel to Himalayan region. So this particular red line shows Himalayan mountains. So it flows eastward parallel to Himalayan mountains on reaching Namcha Parva. So here this particular red line is a mountain. So this particular mountain is called Namcha Parva. So by reaching, so river in origin of river Indus is east of Mansarovar Lake, and after that it flows eastward. By reaching at Namcha Parva mountain range, it takes U-turn. And it enters in the Indian states of Arunachal Pradesh. So in Arunachal Pradesh, the river Brahmaputra is called Siang River, and this particular Siang River is joined by Lohit, Kenula, and many other tributaries. And by reaching at Assam, this particular river is called Brahmaputra. So the common name for river Brahmaputra is Brahmaputra, and local names for regional names for river Brahmaputras are Yalungsangpo in Tibet and Siang in Arunachal Pradesh. In India, it passes through a region of high rainfall region. So this particular arrow shows the direction of wind during monsoon season in India. So in India, we have a rainy season. So rainy season starts from mid of June to September. So this particular arrow shows the direction of wind during monsoon season in India. So this particular wind carries water or moisture from the Bay of Bengal, and by carrying this wind carrying moisture from Bay of Bengal, and it is by reaching at this region, northeastern hill states. So these winds are blocked by the Himalayan mountains and northeastern hills. So since these winds are blocked by these northeastern hills and Himalayan mountains, this wind moves upward on a higher altitude, and condensation takes place in this region. So because of that, in this region it receives a maximum number of rainfall in India in the world. So in the world at present, at a particular place which receives the highest number of rainfall in that is in the Meghalaya state of in India, is called Mausinwaram Mansiram in Meghalaya. So this particular place receives a highest number of rainfall in the world in India. So some of the wind it flows change the direction and it flows westward, and it gives rain to the other Indian states such as Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and other western and northern states of India. So because of that wind direction and the mountain effect, this region receives a maximum number of rain in the world. So here the river carries a large amount of water. Because of this rain, it carries large amount of water and considerable amount of silt. So this picture shows a silt. Silt is a fine sand, or we can say a clay. So silt is a smaller than sand, normal sand, and it is mixed with sand with clay. So because of that, since this region receives a maximum number of rainfall in this region, because of that the volume of water, Brahmaputra river water increases. Because of that it carries maximum number of silt every year during the monsoon season. So here rainy season means we can say rainy season, the river water overflow its bank. So this particular yellow line is a river water channel or drainage of our river Brahmaputra. So during rainy season the river water overflow from this river channel or drainage system, and it is causing wide spread of devastation due to flood in Assam and in Bangladesh. So these are the some of the problems related with Bangladesh river Brahmaputra in Indian states, not in Indian states, mostly in Assam. Thank you.